Sorry, come again.
Yeah, cybersecurity is protecting your digital assets from threats, risks, and vulnerabilities, like creating a safer digital digital space where you can protect your assets from any malicious actors acting on it and stealing your data. That's my understanding of cybersecurity.
Okay. Abhishek.
Yeah, so in brief, cybersecurity is protecting your, all the digital assets, whatever it may be. It may be your data, it may be your devices, hardware devices, or your network itself from, again, unauthorized access or breaches or damage. So it involves entire gamut of, digital footprints, everything. So in brief, that is protection of those assets is covered under cybersecurity.
Okay. In that case, the question is to both of you: what is information security?
So information security is primarily related to protection of your you can say your hardware devices or your information. You can say uh, information where you store your information, those assets basically.
Yeah, according to me, it's like protecting your information, whether it's at rest or it's at transition, or like protecting your information online, wherever it is.
Yeah, so and difference between cybersecurity and information security will cover, kind of like not even your sort of only your information, but also your networks, also your you can say devices, networks, or and information. All the things combined will come under cybersecurity. Whereas if you are only protecting your data, that will come under information security.
Okay. Thanks. We'll discuss more over it in the coming topics. Okay. So, as you have said, yes, cybersecurity is like protecting your uh, digital assets from breaches, threats, networks, vulnerabilities. And to achieve that, the approach that we follow, basically it revolves around the three pillars of the cybersecurity. That is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So, in the entire cybersecurity world, we as in the cybersecurity expert or the consultants who are into cyber space, it is they want to achieve these three pointers: confidentiality of the information wherever it is, on whichever form it is; integrity of the information. To achieve the confidentiality, the information's integrity should not be tampered. Information should be as it is. It should be there. And availability, it should be accessible whenever and wherever it should be. Yes. So this training will be conducted by both of them. My name is Anuj Jha, and I have an experience of around 12 years of experience into IT and cybersecurity domain, basically into BFSI sector. I've worked around with organizations like Capgemini, HCL, Wipro, SDFC Bank, which is one of the largest bank in India, and other NBFCs. Uh, from last past I have to update it. From past 4 years, I've been working into freelancing projects and cybersecurity. As far as certifications goes, so these are my certifications which I have achieved, and some are in due process to be updated. The second professor would be Mr. Indresh sir. So he has 15 years of experience into telecom and BFSI, also into BPO and cloud data center. But he is equipped with a profound understanding to integrate technology, security, business intelligence. He has also worked around with organizations like Capgemini, Geo, and Vodafone, and Hexaware. So basically, we both have an experience, a mixed experience of other industries, some into BFSI, some into consulting, some into telecom, and some into hardware processing. As far as certifications go, so he has also completed these many certifications specific to AWS, Cisco, Azure, CEH, and ISO 27001. So these certifications helps us to achieve the understanding of understanding and the current trend that is being followed into cybersecurity. And we both would be available for this entire training, and even for after the training, whatever questions you have once the training is completed, whatever assignments we give, if you have to have an understanding, some information you would like to know, you can reach both of us through WhatsApp, or you can check our availability and we can connect over a call for this. So this is how the schedule will go for the cybersecurity training. That is, it is segregated into eight-week program, wherein we will be covering these many topics. So now is the first one, since it's the introduction to cybersecurity. So as we were discussing about the CIA, the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So these are the three main pillars of the cybersecurity. Wherever we try to our entire information or our entire security prospect revolves around it. And as you were guys were saying that data security is like sorry, information security is like securing the information assets. So when we say information security, information is information in any form. It is not only into the assets that on which it is stored, but if you have even your physical information, your physical form, even that is considered as an information. So information security is information wherever the information it is there, it needs to be secure. What should be the approach for it? Within information security, you have cyber security, which primarily focuses on the digital aspect of it. Again, this would be an interview question: that what is the difference between cyber security, information security, and data security? Okay, so data security is similar to information security, but information security is a bigger world. Under in that you have a cyber security. So cyber security is primarily focused on the digital aspect. Even if your physical information, if it is somehow turned into a digital format, so in that case, your cyber security would be applicable to that information which is now moved into digital into digital form. So even recently, Government of India has issued a law on DPD, Data Privacy and Data Protection Act, considering the privacy of data and the trend that various other countries and geographical areas they follow it. So US has its own data privacy law. Uh, uh, European Union has GDPR. Similarly, India has also issued a law recently that is named as DPDP. So in that, they have mentioned that whatever physical information transformed, scanned and stored somewhere. So that means your physical information is transformed to digital information. So then your DPDP would be applicable to that also, but not to the physical form. Am I clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
One more request, guys. Let's make this training more interactive than one-way training. Because for us,
Yeah.
it's a regular topic to discuss. We'll come and go. We won't be having until and unless if you guys don't come up with your queries or your understanding, we won't be able to know that what we have understood and what is the challenge that you are facing. Let's make this session interactive. We'll be asking questions, or even you can also come up with the questions on certain topic if it's not understood at all. Like the fourth aspect of cybersecurity is the encryption. Again, encryption is revolving around your confidentiality. And uh, okay, this will be an interview question. What is the difference between encryption and cryptography?
So cryptography is a way to perform encryption, you can say.
What is
One of the technology used to encrypt the messages in a digital format. Whereas encryption is kind of, masking or changing the, the data into a unreadable format, or in a format which is not being easily easily read.
Correct, correct. So encryption is basically a process where with the help of certain code, certain method or formula, you hide the original message,
Yes.
uh, so that it is not readable to the unknown party. Uh, you share the encryption formula with the person who should be only having access to that information. That is a process. Cryptography is just it's a technology method that is being used with certain algorithms. Yeah. We have here creating is a science of creating secure communication through use of codes and ciphers. Then, from the cyber aspect, what are threats, common threats and attacks that occurs in cyber world? That is your malware, phishing, social engineering, DDoS, insider threat, and APTs. Out of these basis, there are more as well. Okay. So, out of these basis, your experience, what is the most critical one, but highly ignored?
Social engineering.
Social
I would
engineering.
say it's phishing.
Yeah, but that is not the most critical one.
Okay.
I believe social engineering,
Okay, can you
which is
explain?
highly, yeah, because it is highly ignored, because people are not aware of different tactics used by people. Even a friendly talk with some stranger, you tend to spill out some vital facts. So that also comes under social security social engineering kind of a thing. So people are not aware of those things, and they do fall, get into that trap easily. So that's why it's much more ignored and a critical aspect, I believe.
Okay.
Whereas other threats are more of, or you can say, technology oriented. You have basic pointers that you can uh, configure in your systems or in your devices. You have various different technologies which can detect those things. But social engineering is a thing where is human aspect is concerned, and humans are kind of a very gullible, I will say.
According to me, I think it should be insider threat. And that is what I feel.
Okay. Uh, can you explain that?
Generally, what happens is organizations will try to focus on external threat like malware or phishing attacks, but insider threat can be just as damaging, and that is something that is mostly overlooked. Because they come from within the organization, like exploiting trust and access privileges. Most so, I think the employees are more.
Yes. Abhishek and Nafisa, yeah. I'm sorry if I'm taking name incorrect
This
because
this is Sheetal here. Yeah.
yeah. Hi, Shitil.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an insider thread. Thanks for that. See the when you see the aspect of it, you have to also see from the controllable area, which areas can be controlled. So even social engineering, Abhishek, you have said correctly, but again there is a thin line upper edge to insider threat because um, the person who's responsible to manage the information for an organization is a much more threat than the social engineering. Even in social engineering, you would be only if let's say if you and me are discussing over a certain topic, um, the source of information for both of us would be whatever we know about for that information from whichever source, from whichever area. If we have access to that information directly, then yes, even social engineering is a critical threat. But if not, then most of them, those information would be uh, just a rumor. But if an insider threat, he knows each and every area, each and every aspect. He knows your loopholes. He knows your gaps. When I say yours, so that means individual and the organization. He knows your gaps. He knows your security posture. He knows your financial strength. He knows your uh, key people who are involved in that training, or who are part of that topic. I would request if person who's not talking can go on mute. Thanks. So insider threat is the key area, is the key area. And if that guy who's responsible for managing cybersecurity, if he goes to a competitor company, or if he has uh, a discomfort with you, so definitely there is a possibility that he might use these informations against you, and that cannot be controllable, because insider threat, you have to allow certain person certain accesses to the systems, because it is part of their job, and for that only you have hired them. But controlling that area, it is very difficult, because he has to have access to those informations. And even after, once he leaves the organization or leaves you, there is no possibility that you can wipe out his knowledge. Correct? Are you with me?
Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it.
Okay. So,
Uh, so can you go back to that page and can you explain few lines on advanced persistent threat? What is that?
it's a more what is it, a sophisticated or a long-term cyber attack, uh, that is basically, so okay, so malware is just, if I send you a certain exe file or a virus,
Mm-hmm.
you click on it, you execute it, and it starts its work.
Yeah.
Advanced persistent threat is basically a person sniffing, uh, uh, sniffing into your network
Mm.
slowly, which goes off the radar. You might have your all your state of the art security solutions, but even that was not able to detect it.
Oh, okay.
So that is called advanced persistent threat. And
Okay.
again, if you see technically, so it can be a virus, it can be worm, it can be Trojan horse, but
Yeah.
the method, or the approach that it takes, that is called as an advanced persistent threat. Basically, what happens, it refers to the a prolonged and targeted cyber attack. It Malware is like, the moment you click on that file, or virus is like, the moment you click on that file, it will happen there and there itself. It will damage your system. So it's point in time. Whereas advanced persistent threat, it's a prolonged and targeted cyber attack which will include gains the unauthorized access, and which is again undetected for an extended period of time. So as I have explained, if let's say if a virus is only, let's consider virus. Okay, if, there are two ways to deploy it. I send you a virus over an email. You open that email, you click on it, your system starts gets damaging. Okay. Second approach is, I infiltrate your system by sending a virus file or a worm file. It is sitting into your system. It is not detected by any of the security solution. It is completely off the radar for the solution, but it is there in your live network production environment. Slowly and steadily, it is trying to gain the information, and also it is passing that information to the attacker, which is again undetected. Are you with me?
Yeah, gotcha. Thank you, sir.
So now one see. So how it goes undetected? Let's say you have a monitoring tool. I'm just taking one of the example. You have a network monitoring tool, which gives you the network utilization, real time update, a real time report. Okay. So you have set a threshold limit that 70% is your warning alert. Whenever a utilization of your system or network traffic is your 70%, you will get a warning alert that it has breached the warning alert. Now it is trying to more escalate it. The 90% would be your critical alert. Okay, so now when it reaches 90%, then that is something wrong on which you have to come immediately needs your attention in terms of utilization. When I say CPU utilization, so that means your server is using more resources, that its utilization has reached to 90%. For network traffic, if your bandwidth is used till 90%, that means a heavy file that is being downloaded or uploaded outside your network, utilizing the internet bandwidth, and which will eventually choke up your link. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what this attacker will do now, since you have set your threshold limit to 70 and 90%, it will steal the information that will keep the bandwidth utilization to below 50% only.
Okay.
Correct. So since the bandwidth and the server utilization is below 50%, let's say 50, 40, 30, 60, whatever it is not into it is your radar. It is not into your monitoring tool. Somewhere you won't be able to know about it, and he can easily steal that information. So that is escaping your network path. Now your perimeter security solutions, which are supposed to detect any suspicious traffic that is being entered or going out of your network, should be alerted to you. This
Okay.
attacker will transform the traffic. It will showcase to your solution. Basically, it will spoof your solution, that whatever traffic or whatever communication that is being happening is a genuine traffic.
Yeah,
Again, your security solution won't be able to detect that.
gotcha. Yep. Thank you.
Okay, but now since we are discussing this topic only as a cybersecurity expert, you tell me then what would be the method? How would you come to know that okay, something has happened wrong or something is happening wrong? What is the key area, which is the key pointer through which you can detect it? But you have to again look deep dive into it to understand the attack. Since
Uh,
you might come across this solution, this attack in your future organization. So what would be the approach that you will take, or what is the information that you will look into it?
First thing is to look into access controls, like, to make sure that all sensitive data and all
No,
are
I'm not saying
limited.
I'm not asking as a post facto. I'm asking real time.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say I'm stealing information from your organization. I have spoofed your network. I have spoofed your server. I have spoofed your monitoring tool. Still, if you want to understand that is something happening, so somewhere or the other you have a doubt that something is wrong, but you're not able to
Yeah.
trace it. So in real time, what is that you will look into it?
Wow. Real time, you look at your network traffic analysis, maybe, or your.
Even if you look at your network traffic, but I have spoofed your network traffic, right? What is that you
Yeah.
look into?
No idea.
Maybe check for unusual activity from any users, like check for individual activities and see if there's more activity from a particular uh, person who's using it, like extra bandwidth activity from a particular user.
Yeah, that's what network traffic, and I mean, you can analyze how your network has been, how the behavior has been, what kind of.
Anything unusual happens from a particular person, like maybe look into that and see.
But okay, you have thousands of computers, thousands of users. How will you do that? And when you say network traffic, unusual bandwidth, I said that I have my network traffic or my bandwidth is below your threshold limit. So what is the trigger point that you'll come to know about it?
Mhm.
You understood, right? Okay, that you have that something fishy is happening. Something is happening.
Yeah.
But to more pinpoint it, which information you will try to access or basically filter out?
I believe I will check the my server utilization or something like network utilization, everything combined, my at odd hours, or which applications are consuming more resources, even when
What is the
user
definition
is
of
not.
what is the definition of more?
Like, well, let's say normal computer is there, desktops are there, so which what processes are running, kind of CPU utilization is more or network utilization is more,
but
even
but
in off
but
hours.
but Abhishek, if it is below the threshold limits, so how will,
Yeah.
because see, you have set a threshold limit basis the application or the processes that is running on that server. And only you have
Yes.
The third, sorry,
Um,
the third is body.
The
right?
trigger point will
It's
be,
found underneath parts of the
yes, if the network
Like-
utilization is below.
analyzing the traffic, you understood that something is wrong.
Yes.
Someone is trying to share information. So you have that
Yeah.
information. But to more pinpoint it, sent a message. Okay, Path is saying packets. Path, can you able to explain it? What what do you mean by packets? Okay, see, anyone else want to try or shall I answer?
I think you can go ahead, sir.
Okay, so see, since you have information that something suspicious is happening, something is wrong, someone is trying to steal information, you have this much of information, okay? So you try to look towards the IP address in the entire bunch of the IP address list, which is the foreign IP address, which you are unaware, which is because, okay, so when you're setting up a network, when you're setting up a traffic, the it is a best practice and it is asked to follow that whenever a traffic it is being set up from source to destination, it should not be any but a pinpoint IP address. Okay, and in that, if you see that a particular your system, you are part of XYZ corporation. XYZ corporation is trying to establish a connection with an unknown IP address, which you as a cybersecurity expert is not aware of that IP address, and it is not forming part of any of your services or vendors or even clients. So if you try to figure out from that area. If you see any foreign IP address trying to penetrate into your network or trying to establish a communication, so there you can do your analysis, you can understand that uh, what is the information that is being transferred with that IP address, what is the communication that is they are trying to establish. And Indiresh, even you would like to add some points into it?
Yeah, it's like monitoring the outside traffic. What is the incoming and outside traffic is going? You will monitor all those things.
So, are you guys with us?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So, from the cybersecurity point of view, so these are the career roadmaps, which eventually you can uh, post this training, gaining an understanding experience. And these are the areas and uh, designation that you can have in the cybersecurity as a career roadmap. You can be security analyst, you can be ethical hacker, security engineer, incident responder, consultant, information systems auditor, compliance officer, and then the higher part, the peak of the pyramid is CISO, that is Chief Information Security Officer.
Uh, no, sir. Can you give me the access to share the screen?
Yeah.
Mm.
the access is with you.
Hmm. Are you able to see my screen? The whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is loading. Whiteboard is loading. Just give me 30 seconds. My system is getting hanged. Can you see my screen?
No.
No.
Now can you see the screen?
Not really.
Let's share the screen. So it is visible now?
No.
Yeah. Mm,
The screen is blacked out.
Actually, I don't know. The system is getting hanged today. So whenever, so let's start. So whenever you go in any organization, there is a CISO, then there is a chief compliance officer, and there is chief risk officer. So what's happened? Now you can see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So what's
Yeah.
happened? Yeah. So there is an information security team. This is a team, information security team, and within that you will find different departments segregated this way. Almost 5 to 6. If you go in bigger organization, you will find more teams. The first team is handling network security, network assessment, network security, network security. Other team is handling application security, AppSec. You can that's it's called the AppSec. Other team is handling vulnerability assessment, vulnerability assessment part. Other team is handling a SOC, Security Operations Center, and SIM integration, log management. You can say it's team of handling a log management. And other team is either handling audit part. So like this way, and head of this team is a CISO, Chief Security Information Officer. This is when I call audit, it's complete as a GRC as well. Governance, risk, and the compliance. If you go in larger organization, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Likewise, this department has been divided. And it is heading by a CISO, Chief Information Security Officer. So if you start your career, you will be either working on in this team, either working on this team, this. So within this 5 team, you will start your career. And once you become a CISO, all the team will reports to you. So you will working here. So here you are having a manager who is reporting to CISO, or either you will be the manager. Here your manager will be there. You are reporting to your particular departments of the manager, and manager reporting to CISO. If you become a manager, you are directly reporting to the CISO. So basically this will be the, you will see architecture. But in some company, this division will be divided into 2 parts. This is divided into Chief Compliance Officer. Another is this GRC team is divided into Chief Risk Officer. When I say Chief Compliance Officer, he is responsible to handle the audit part, audit, compliance, and the governance part. And this person is responsible for handling a risk pertaining to complete organizations. So what you are seeing in some organization, this will be the structure, and in some organization, this part is divided into this part, Chief Compliance Officer and the Chief Risk Officer. So this will again divide into 1, 2, and 3, and this is further divided into, this is the 4th one. So this way, there are so many departments, like 4 plus this 4. So you will be working this one of the 8 departments. You won't get the, if you are working startup company, then you are the responsible for all these things. But if you go into larger organization like Jio, Vodafone, Google, all those time, you are only working within this one team only. You are not getting hand to work on this complete division. But if you go in startup, you will working on these things. So it depends upon how large and how important is your organization. If it is a finance team, then finance company, banking company, everything is segregated like this way. Some is handling network, some is handling application security, some is handling vulnerability assessment, some is handling log management, some is handling audit governance, and it is further divided into audit, compliance, governance, and the risk management. So in your organization, there is a 3 C-level person. First, CISO, who's handling technical thing, then Chief Compliance Officer, who's handling audit, compliance, governance, and then Chief Risk Officer. So this way, it is divided into 3 departments. If you, as you go into the larger organization. Understood? Any question on this?
No, I think we're good.
Good, yeah. So that is what Anu sir was saying. Ki, sharing ki, either working as security analysis, working as a SOC analysis, or as a application engineer. So like this way, audit analysis. So this way, you are divided into the company organization. So yeah, Anu sir, I'm stopping the sharing.
Thank you, Naresh, sir. So basically, it depends upon the maturity of the organization. If it is a big size MNCs or a matured organization, definitely you have multiple segregated roles among the cybersecurity professionals. But if it is a mid-sized startup or something, or an organization who's trying to mature itself, and in that organizations, you will find that multiple roles are being handled by only few people, and they don't have a proper segregation. So basically, what happens is, since the business is small, the maturity is not there. They are handling each and every area. But when The organization is well big enough, matured, and they have to deal with multiple other requirements in terms of regulatory compliance, internal policies, governments, and everything. They align a designated SPOC for each and every area. Hence, this is what the segregation how it goes for them. Okay. This, can you give me the access? Can
Yeah.
we just-
Yeah, I'm just giving you the access. Yeah, done, sir.
Yeah. So, as we discussed about this, in this entire career path, uh, most so all these are career paths are basically into where you have to have an understanding of the technical aspect of cybersecurity. You should also have a hands-on in deploying, execution, operations, support. But when it comes to information security auditors, so for this professionals, you just have to have a technical understanding, the logic of working of the cybersecurity, even the basic of cybersecurity would work out in this area, and they have to only perform a test that whatever an organization is claiming in terms of cybersecurity, are they following it or not? I hope you guys are aware about of the auditors' roles and responsibilities.
Yes.
So this is more towards the technical area into information security. So let's say if you have created an organization policies and processes, and you say that I'll be following these controls. So definitely, what is that you will be doing? You will do a validation of the organization cyber posture in line with those policies and processes. And in addition, what are the regulators? So let's say if you're into a BFSI sector, so what are the rules and regulations for the BFSI sector in your jurisdiction or in your geography? If you are working for an Indian organization handling and handling Indian customers, then definitely all your Indian rules and regulations would be applicable to them. If you're working for let's say Wells Fargo Bank or a Northern Trust Bank, so the bank they are operating in which area? If they are operating in US, so all the rules and regulations for US will be applicable to those banks when it comes to the security aspect. So this is so information security auditors they don't have to have an hands-on knowledge of the technical aspect. They only have to have an understanding that what is the logic behind of it working and how it is working, and you have to just validate that on the ground. So in the entire this thing, information security auditor is one of the easiest path and entry point into cybersecurity world, and from there eventually you can be anything. You can be analyst, you can be hacker, you can be chief ITS compliance officer as well. Also, you can be a chief information security officer. Definitely, you have to switch your career, but to enter into cyberspace, as for I mean, basis my experience, this is the easiest part. Okay, so now, what are the common type of cyber threats that we come across? It is malware management attack, drive-by download, maladvertising, rogue software, DDoS, password phishing, And as a cybersecurity consultant, okay, so what is that you'll be working as, which shows pen tester, architect, engineer, cyber consultant, IT auditor, incident responder, cyber crime analyst. So these are basically investigating officers into cyberspace. Now, if you were asked to develop a cyber plan, let's say if you are a chief security officer and we have been asked to develop a cyber plan for that organization. So what are the key areas that you will take into consideration while developing a cyber plan? When you say cyber plan, so cyber plan is like uh, scenario A, B, and C. What are the possible attacks that might happen to your organization, and what is that? What would be your response plan against it? Okay, so again, uh, you aware of risk management?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, in general, not in terms of any cyber war, but in general. So let's say if you talk about the financial risk, definitely each and everyone would be doing this area into your personal life if in a personal world. When I say financial risk, so you would segregate your risk in certain areas: health risk, your daily expenses, your future plans, your investments, your savings. Okay, and in that, what is that you prioritize? Like you prioritize your health, you prioritize your daily expenses, then at the second or third level comes your yearly travel plan, and the key area would be your future investments, and then against those areas you set some achievable goals. Okay, that okay, if I am planning to go for a trip on the west coast of US. So you'll plan some, okay, that after 1 week, let's say, or a month, I'll plan to go or a foreign trip. So you plan yourself accordingly, that what is the costing that is required, the budgeting that is required to achieve that goal, how you will achieve it, monthly, how much you will save so that you can have a proper plan, a proper trip, whichever area you decide. So accordingly, you set some achievable goals for to achieve those areas. And then so similarly into cyber world also, you understand, you have a thorough understanding of the organization's business, organization's infrastructure, uh, and when I say infrastructure, it would be both physical and logical. And then accordingly you prioritize the assets, risk, and threats. Because what happens is organization might be using some of the legacy system, and the moment you use a legacy system, there are certain challenges that either you cannot upgrade it to the next version due to system compatibility issue, or you have to completely make a shift from one system to another system, and in that there is a possibility that that might hamper your business at a greater extent. So accordingly, you prioritize your assets, risk, and threats. I'm just taking an example, yeah, one of the example, and then you set an achievable goal. Let's say if you want to migrate from one legacy system to a new system, then what is the best plan that you will follow? You will do that into pieces. Let that one module will transfer, then the second module will transfer, and even during that transition, you will ensure that business is running, so that you create a backup, and then you transfer, you try to shift from your one system to another system. Then you try to run your business for that particular module from the new system, and see what is the response that you are getting. Are there any technical challenges, any information risk into it? And then you try to make further plans and try to move the rest of the modules also into the new system. Then in related to that, you document some cybersecurity policies. So that what is the best practices that needs to be followed into the organization to keep that information intact and available and secure. And definitely your business objectives are also pointed out into those goals, and then you test for a vulnerability. So When you say cyber plan, it is a holistic approach in terms of security aspect of it. Am I clear? Any questions, or was it too confusing?
No, I think it was good.
So
Yeah.
so, okay. So I'm giving you an assignment. If you have done that assignment, then we'll discuss it tomorrow. If not, we will discuss it in next lecture. But the assignment is, and I asked everyone to do it. So if everyone has completed that by tomorrow, we'll discuss it tomorrow. If not, then it will go for the next lecture. I mean next week's lecture. You are an let's okay. You are a CISO working for newly recruited for a banking organization. Let's take an example that ABC Banking Corporation, and you are asked to develop a cyber plan for them. So this is your understanding. Whatever understanding you have, you develop a cyber plan. How will you achieve it? How will you conclude it? And what would be the periodic measure to keep it sustainable? Is the assignment clear?
So the criteria is just vague. We can create any criteria to build it or just a generic plan.
Yeah, the criteria.
Okay, thanks.
But it would be cyber from the cyber aspect.
Yeah, of course, thanks.
Okay. So,
Yeah. So we have seen just a minute. Anu sir, give me the access.
you can share your screen, sir.
I can share the screen. Yeah, okay. So from the when we starting the cyber security classes, so we are going to touch all these all these five departments. So from we are from the first we are starting with the network security. So what as a network analyst or as a network engineer, information security within the information security, what you are going to do within the network. Yeah, so we are going to start with the network first. So yeah, so first we are going to start with the network security, then we will move from the other part because network security is a basic one and we will make sure that your basic will be strong. Then yeah, so this is the one. And first thing, is my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So within the network, before starting this thing, Anusa told three words. One is confidentiality, other is integrity, sorry, another is availability. So any idea what is this? This word means confidentiality, integrity, and availability. What this means?
Yeah,
Any
so
idea?
these are basic triads you can say of cybersecurity or any secure data security. Confidentiality means that your data is confident is protected, is available to you
Available,
only. It's not
but
it's confidentiality. It's not like your personal data is not available to me. I cannot access that. That is confidentiality. It should
if
be maintained.
and if it is available to you, then
Then it's a breach of confidentiality. Your personal information is available to me, then it's a harm to you. I can use that to you know uh, do
even if it is
any stuff with that.
no, yeah, 10%, 90%. And what is
Yes.
integrity?
Integrity is like the data when getting transferred from point A to point B should not be tampered with. If I'm sending a file to you,
Hmm.
that file should not be tampered with or broken or distorted while transferring from my PC to your PC. The integrity should maintain. Like
Yeah.
it's not like that I'm sending you $1,000, so you are only getting 100.
Yeah.
Rest money is getting lost in transit. So the data integrity is not maintained. I'm sending you a file with all that details, but you are not getting that. So integrity is getting
Hmm.
overrun, or it's
Yeah.
that's the integrity of
Hmm.
data. Data is not integrated.
Yeah.
It's not protected. And availability is like, our systems which we are using should be available when and whenever we ask them.
Yeah. So what you said, this integrity 90% is right, and this is 100% is right. Even confidentiality, what it says, if file is available to me, suppose it's you are A and you're and I am a B. If my file is available to you, me as well, but I'm not able to read it or I'm not able to open it. That's one of the thing is confidentiality. So what confidentiality comes here, encryption part will come.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you do, you do an encryption of the files so that even if it is available to me as even though, but I'm not able to open it, or it is such a language ki I will not able to understand. So what I will do, I will encrypt the file, and when it comes to me, only intended person, authorized person, as you said, only can decrypt those files, decrypt that file. What first is encryption, then is decryption. And here, when I say integrity, yeah, 90% you are right. See, suppose I'm ordering anything from the Amazon, right? I order iPhone, and iPhone is coming with phone, charger, but when I received it, it is charger is replaced from iPhone charger to Samsung charger. Everything is coming is right, right? I'm sending 100 rupees. It is coming as 100 rupees to me. But here I have sent a note of 10 rupees of multiply by 10. But when it reached to me, it is coming as only single note. Even pointing, putting any kind of dot as well, it is damage of integrity. Means whatever I'm sending as it is, it should come to me, not even replacing any charger, not replacing any kind of coin or notes. So that is called integrity. And how you achieve the integrity? By hashing. As class progress, we are going to learn about these things. What is encryption, what is a hashing. So here encryption and decryption is possible, but here no encryption, no decryption, only hashing. So hashing cannot be come as a dehashing, only hashing, simple. And what is availability? As you said, right? Whenever I request a data, it should be available. And how we are going to achieve this availability? By making a, in place of making one system, we are replacing with the two systems, two or three systems. Like say suppose I'm using one laptop. If it is goes down, I should make available of data should transfer to second or third system, so that the system is available to me. If it is I am here and I'm using this one, as soon as this goes down, this will shift to this one. So whatever I'm doing, the data is available to me. So this is an interview question. So what is the difference between confidentiality and the integrity? So when I say what is the difference between confidentiality and integrity, what do you say? So try whatever I said, just give it a try. What is the difference between confidentiality and the integrity?
So, like as you mentioned, whenever
Mm,
what is the difference between confidentiality and integrity? So we should focus on the confidentiality is like data, even personal data or data
mm,
belonging to a one
mm,
person should
mm.
not be available, or if available, should not be in a format which is readable or
Yeah.
accessible to other
Mm,
person. And the technology, basically the aspect used is encryption,
uh,
whereas
right.
integrity is, the data should be same as from
Mm,
person to one person
mm,
to another, and not even a single
mm.
dot, comma,
Yeah, right.
or certain things should be changed in that.
Mm,
And again, the
mm.
methodology used is hashing.
Hashing,
So
right.
we use hashing for it,
Yeah.
and it's a one-way operation. So there is
Mm.
only hashing, there is no
Hashing.
dehashing kind of a thing.
Yeah, right.
Whereas in
As
encryption, there is encryption and decryption process involved.
process. Yeah. So whatever you said is 100% right. Exactly. So this is an interview question, and we start when we're going to start. So this word you are going to see many times. What is encryption? Or sorry, what is confidentiality, integrity, availability, and encryption, decryption, hashing. So these many words you are going to hear many times. So there's a reason I explained you what is what is CIA try model. So this is the one. Yeah, from the next class we are going to start with the basics of the network security. So yeah, Anu sir. Okay. So what? Yeah. So till the time, see, whatever we are teaching you basic, we are making you basic strong. So like this, just now I told you what is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. You just try it, Google it, and try to learn more and more onto that, so that you will come up with many questions. Even if silly question will comes, it will clear your doubt and it will make you, more stronger going towards your field. So whatever we are teaching, plus do your own Google or whatever method you wanted to choose. Do it so that your basic will get stronger and strongest, so that you don't face any issues, or you are having a many questions, then you can ask in the class. But if you are sitting idle, and either you are understanding everything, or either you are not understanding anything. So like this way. So from the next class we are going to start the network security from the basics, everything. So within the one department, we are starting with the network security. So Anusa, anything you wanted to add?
No, I mean, we have explained pretty much well. Uh, so yes, class. So as
Mm.
Mr. explained, that next lecture would be on the network security.
Mm.
I would again add the assignment which I have given it to you.
Mm.
If you work over it, and we will discuss that assignment with respect to the topics that will be explained. So even you will come to know that whatever I mean, while developing a proper cyber plan, uh, uh, how we have approached, or what are areas we need to consider. Because see, developing a cyber plan, you are at the CISO level developing a cyber plan. For you it will be just two to three papers on which you will be deploying that plan. But when it actually comes on the ground to execute that plan, the challenges that the execution staff, or the junior, the manager, the technical team expert faces, you need to have an understanding of that as well. Then only you will develop a proper cyber plan. So for now, and that is what we are trying to explain. That we will, whatever cyber plan you prepare, we will discuss that with respect to the topics that we will be covering for this entire batch. We'll take the similar example, so that it would be for you also, easy for you also to understand it. Taking one example reference, and you can take the same example when it comes to the interview. So if the interviewer asks you something, and if you're not able to answer it in terms of definitions or understanding, you can take this example, and then you can answer the interviewer's questions. So I would request, if you can complete it by tomorrow.
Sir,
Let
can you just share or again show that slide? So what we should be covering like while preparing
Okay,
this cyber plan?
I'll be texting that in the group. I hope you're part of the
Okay, okay,
group.
okay. Yeah, what all topics should be there in our plan, like policies or vulnerabilities or
Everything.
risks?
See, you have to. So since we are the basic level itself,
Yeah,
so
that's why.
okay. So what we will do is, we will ask, since we are asking you to prepare this plan in the first lecture, and now again we will ask you to prepare the same plan in the end of the lecture. The moment you will compare both of the plan, you yourself will come to know the scaling and the maturity that you guys have come across during the training. Okay, so but for
Yeah,
now, the assignment for tomorrow,
okay,
I'll put that in the group, and even we'll be sharing this recording also.
okay,
Okay,
okay. Yeah.
in that case, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.